Hi guys, Dan with Index Option Trading on February the 9th after the market close, and we are looking at a chart of SPY, which is a daily chart, and I've drawn this channel here, and if you look at it, how trending this is, it's just gone up straight here from last September, and we haven't stopped, and the high today was reached. It's making a fresh highs every day, higher highs and higher highs. There is no higher low, and today it just pulled back a little bit, but then again the market just came right back up and it moved up here. This is the 50-day moving average here, and this is the 200-day moving average, and they're all rising here in this channel line, and the volumes have been heavier today a little bit. This was a little bit distribution here. What I've drawn here is the ADX line. This line shows you the trend, and it does not matter where the direction of this thing is, but it was trending very heavily and is still trending because this is a trend. And what it does, it measures the trend, and you can read more on it on ADX lines and DMI lines and so on and so forth. So we're here on this, and we're started looking at let's go back and start looking at some of the indexes as well. SPX, and this is also in a very much a high rising channel here, and it's extremely bullish starting to 1324. It pulled back a little bit, you can see that little candle here, and apart from that it hasn't done anything but just keep on rising, making higher highs. The market is extremely overbought, trending, but it may be able to pull back a little, and we can expect that. RUT, which is the broad market, and I've drawn a trend line here, it's also very much intact in that rising trend line. As long as it stays north of this trend line, we're in an uptrend here as well. It's not a channel here because it has too much irregularities, but this thing is still at 1813 and very much trending. So this is the reason that I wanted to go over some of these indexes. And market direction, the market direction remains firmly up unless we may have some kind of a pullback here, but it remains extremely in the uptrend. It hasn't come down here. Let's start looking at some of the chart. FFIV, this is the chart that we just got out here today. We got out of this trade, closed it. The data is taking longer than I could help it. It's not coming up here, so let's go back to our other chart, which is this one, profit. The component is just not loading here very quickly, as I can see. Let me see what is going on here. Okay, it's not supposed to load here. Okay, here we are. Okay, sorry about this delay here. This FFIV is still in an uptrend, but it's just taking a breather, and it's kind of coming down with a bull flag here, and the volume has been shrinking a little bit because not many people are selling this thing. So the market is still up, and we got out of that position very quickly, not taking any chances of this thing going down again. So that was a move, cleverly done. Even we took a small loss or gain, but most of us just came out ahead on it. Remember, this was a $5,000 or $4,000 loss here, and we recovered all of that by being patient with this thing. And the market was generous to us as well, I would say generous. And let's look at some of the charts here on NFLX, which is Netflix, and the data takes just a little bit here. It's still rising at 223 here, and it's in a very good bullish mode, and the volumes are still picking up, and it's also trending. We look at BIDU, which we have, and BIDU is also making a higher highs and higher moving higher in this respect. This is all in a trend. And Apple, and I don't prefer Apple here right now, but it's about $350, $360 right now, so it is gaining ground slowly but surely. And remember, it dropped here, and since then it has picked up, and those people who bought here are pretty happy here. So this is what all these charts are very bullish and all in trend, and so the variations from day to day are not much or as dramatic as we used to have it, so it gets a little bit redundant doing the same thing, but nevertheless it's important to know the market direction very firmly so that you can trade correctly.